Mount Angel Monastery near Portland, Oregon was founded in 1882. Twice a year, the monks invite potential recruits to experience the monastic life for a weekend.
We want you to enter into the mentality and the life of a monk for this weekend. Doing monkey business, as I call it, doing what the monks do.
I'm Thomas Johnson. I'm from Renton, Washington, and I'm not really sure why I wanted to come to this retreat, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of times we don't. God speaks to each of us at different times of our lives. It is all part of God's plan. Enjoy your weekend. Good to have you.
I've been having this vocation in my mind for about 3 years now, so it's definitely been something I've taken seriously. I've heard about Mount Angel, I've heard good things, and so I just want to get here and experience it.
Spiritual dimensions of that. My job is to respond to those who are interested about becoming monks, putting information out there about what the monastic life is.
So what does recruitment look like today?
You know, it's not so much recruitment as it is helping people figure out that this is a life that's equipped for them. And so what we mostly do in our recruitment, so to speak, is really to help people understand what their personal purpose is.
The third panel of the poem cycle was inspired by Abraham and Isaac's journey up Mount Moriah. His altars have been overturned.
What brought me to it in the first place is that any of those things that I've gotten into, fishing or brew beer, playing video games, I've kind of taken to the nth degree, and it's not really that great. You get your kicks from any given aesthetic, and it's all right, but having like a call, having a structure of people to kind of guide you and having like people surrounding you, instructing you who are like beyond you and are worthy of your awe of them is like, just seems a lot more attractive to me than kind of, I don't know, muddling about.
In this discernment weekend, Thomas gets to experience the daily ritual of being a monk, rising at 4:45 a.m., with prayer at 6 different times throughout the day, classes, work, and a little over an hour of recreation time before lights out at 9 p.m.
Discernment is like, yeah, am I going to be a truck driver? Am I going to be a cook? Am I going to, that's discernment kind of.
I floundered for about 5 years before I signed on the dotted line, and well, a year later, here I am. Thank God.
I'm a musician, so I'm a monk now, but I'm a musical one because that's a part of who I am. I ate out too much, didn't exercise, I was obese and in debt, and I left a lot of people behind, actually. I had been divorced for a few years, and I hadn't been married that long, but between 99 and 2011, I lost both parents, both step-parents, a brother, a nephew, a grandnephew, and I just figured if I had been spared, God had some use for me still. There were just a lot of things that pointed to, a small community life might work for me. And I like to work out my problems through prayer. Our main work is prayer, the divine office. And then in between those times, we do various things from pulling weeds to teaching theology. And we don't necessarily come here to do the exact same thing that we did in the outside world. But if anyone had the raging ego to think they had way too many degrees to carry mail or pull a weed, they have some problems that would not make them very suitable for community life.
Is the contemplative life going out, or do you think it's growing stronger?
In today's world, things are very, very, very busy. There's so much information, so much stuff going on. They often just look for a time and a place to not be up to their hips in it.
Some recruits are unable to sustain the contemplative life. During the making of this film, Brother Corey chose to leave the monastery to serve God in other ways.
This is a Red Line train to Portland Airport.
I used to be a monk, and so I'm transitioning back into civilian life and getting ready to become a seminarian for Archdiocese of Seattle, trying to find a job, get back in school. At Mount Angel, they were great people, but it just wasn't a good fit, so I would not have survived the entirety of my life there. But I'm really outgoing, and me and silence doesn't really get along. You know, the things I've enjoyed since being out of the monastery is not really being beholden to a schedule, sleeping in, and go, spend the day in Portland with friends, and staying up late. I'm getting to really indulge in that. As far as challenges being out, being surrounded by a lot of beautiful women is very much a challenge. Keeping what we call in the monastery and in the seminary custody of the eyes is definitely a challenge, yes. I enjoy the ladies just a little too much. Yeah.
What do you say to someone who says you're taking the easy way out by, in a sense, excusing yourself from society?
Hey, come live my life for a while.
That's what you say?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't think you guys are in any way removing yourselves from society?
No, we're in the middle of it. We are deeply in the middle of it. We serve this community in offering our home as their playground. People are constantly just up here enjoying this beautiful place. It's a park for them, but also a spiritual place.
For each monk like Brother Corey who drops out, there must be a new recruit to keep the monastery running. But even after visiting Mount Angel, Thomas has conflicting thoughts about whether he's cut out for the monastic life.
I kind of don't have a lot of people to give me good advice on this, but I felt like I could get along with people who like this habit of daily prayer. Whether or not that does it for me, I don't even know. Giving up the world is no small thing. For eternal life forever, it's hard to romanticize it in my brain. I'm just at the point where I have to discern for myself where I'm going to go from here.
This is a list of men who are actively considering becoming monks at Mount Angel Abbey. Right now, this is about 70 men. And of that number, we're happy if 2 men make vows. And at that rate, we will be able to maintain our size and our work. I've been here 23 years, and I would say our traffic up here in terms of people visiting has at least doubled in that time. people are looking for a place of peace, quiet. They're looking for that other dimension of life.
Christum exo